And welcome back to Area DMG. I am your host, Philip Wesley, the Mile High Mouth. And today, we're going to look over a game that really should come to the Virtual Console. Now, there's some issues with this game, and I think those issues are why it hasn't come out on Virtual Console yet, and it's really kind of sad when you think about it. But let's go ahead and go into this. This is one of my top 5 games that I would love to see on Virtual Console. And I think it's important that we take a look at it, because it is a feat in itself. So, let's take a look at this game. It's a Game Boy Color game, so I don't have to do anything. Yep, Tomb Raider. Published by Eidos Interactive Limited. We're going to select English. And here's the main reason why I have no idea who owns the rights to this now. Probably Eidos, but don't they belong to Square? Maybe Square is responsible? Either way, Tomb Raider's an odd game for the Game Boy Color. Let's look at the credits real quick. Here's the people behind it. Sean Dunleavy, Ian Manders, Matt Charles. Yeah, it's moving too quickly for me to read it. Anyways, we could continue. I'm actually really far in the game, but I'm going to show you, said we're going to do a new game. Show you a little bit of Tomb Raider for the Game Boy Color. I'll turn down that volume too, just in case. There we go. Now that we're at a comfortable distance from it. Moscow. Pushkin Library of Antiquities, Moscow, named after the cat, I'm sure. Bond villain. Ah, Laura, my old friend. So good to see you again. I'm glad you could make it. Bond villain. It is good to see you too, Professor. Now let's get down to business. The reason why I have called you here is regarding an ancient artifact. The artifact is described here in these manuscripts. Take a look. It looks like some kind of crystal. Indeed, this crystal stone holds within it a most evil presence, a spirit if you will. Vladimir Putin. Spirit? What do you mean? The alcohol. Over 1,000 years ago in Central America reigned an evil king, Quaxet. He ruled over the Inca, Aztec, and Mayan people for a time. Quaxet sacrificed thousands of his own people as offerings to an evil god who demanded blood to feed its spirit. For over 40 years, his reign of terror continued until the high priest of each of the tribes joined together to defeat him. They killed Quaxet and condemned his spirit to the crystal stone. The stone was sealed inside an obelisk, or asterisk. The obelisk was then buried within the walls of a vast temple. I kind of lost the accent there for a moment. Don't think I ever had it. Where is this temple? It was discovered deep in the rainforest of the Amazon. A friend of mine, Iliot, led an expedition to find it. He will meet you at the base site beside the temple. Iliad was going to meet you at the airport, but because he fears that other interested parties will try to get in first, he will meet you at the site instead. Be careful, Laura. I will, Professor, and thanks. At the time, this was kind of mind-blowing on the Game Boy Color. Not these sections, you'll see. Oh no, Elliot! What's happened to you? Not these cutscenes though. The thing that makes this amazing, see in a little bit. Hang on, Elliot! I'm coming! That's what she said. This! Look at this. This sprite up here is Laura. She is ridiculously tall. Are my stuff. Look at that. Look at that animation. Small med packs. Pretty much this game is kind of a Prince of Persia thing. You move right, left, pushing up causes you to jump, pushing down causes you to crouch down. Then you can move a little bit and you can roll. You can jump up and push the B button to climb up on things and climb down them. A button doesn't really do much. Holding on with the B button, dangling. Oh, check this out. Yeah, she has a little bit of questionable animation, but let's jump up here. I can grab onto it that way, or if I hold down the A and the B button, you run. If you're running a little bit, you push up and you'll jump straight up. If you're running and you push this, you'll jump across. If you hold the B button and push down, push up, you'll jump forward. And it's kind of like Prince of Persia. A lot of the game involves you going through these ruins because you are raiding a tomb. This is Tomb Raider after all. And you're hitting switches and watching out for traps like these. See? In order to get through these, I could jump over to this side here and just whoop. Or I can do this. Yep. But most of Tomb Raider for the Game Boy Color actually requires you to use kind of careful exploration. Whoops! Jumped into that one. Boop. Oh, shoot. I'm going to avoid that. I'm going to hit this B button. And then I'm going to shoot at it. Or not. Oh. Oh, dang it. I'm trying to do the little thing where... I'm trying to do her thing where she can avoid it. Anyways, whenever you've got your guns out, you auto aim. If there's something above me, she would aim at it. You can't move when she's doing that. Oh, you can do this, by the way. You can kind of be a little acrobatic. Whoop. Because this sprite has a huge amount of animation, including fancy stepping up. Which is kind of great. But yeah. There are times when you'll have to push left and then jump off of these to grab onto something behind her. And there we go. It's dead. It was a bat. But a lot of this involves going from spot to spot as the story progresses and finding your way through these various things. It's very Prince of Persia. And then there's these. Those are your save points. You push down on the save point to save. But I have a save point much further in the game. And I'm like, no, I don't feel like sacrificing it. Oh. Don't worry about taking too much damage because, let's be honest. One, I've got unlimited bullets for this, by the way. So it doesn't matter to me if I'm using all these bullets or not. Oh, you'll run into things like this. That's what the dynamite is for. Oh, let's pop this away. Hit this. Dynamite. Now you have to run away from it. But yeah, you will find a lot of med packs. Enemies, like there are human enemies and then spirit enemies. But most of the time stuff won't really hurt you too badly. So you do get a generous amount of meta packs. So that's not what's going to kill you in this game. What's going to kill you in this game are some of the later areas where there's tricky jumps, you're running from spot to spot, and whoop, or falling from heights. Bump, 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 whoop. Let's see what's up here. Whoop. But as you can see, yeah, there's the graphics are really good for a Game Boy Color game, of course. There's some movement in the backgrounds. A lot of what will happen is you will fall, and you will get hurt by that. Strafe backwards. Nope, not yet. So I'm going to need to, in order to get past those areas, I'm going to need to find like a switch to bring those out. Go up to these, hit the A button for the switch, and done. Ugh, I jumped into that snake. Besides, if you're playing this normally, you'll end up with like 30-something med packs by the end of the 30-something large med packs by the end of the game, and like 20-something small med packs. You'll pretty much never run out of med packs. I'm going through, hitting switches. But yeah, a lot of the game is the exploration part. Enemies are just awkward, but they're not going to take you out. And of course, here's a switch. Stand in front, hit the A button. Okay. Hold B button and then push to right to do that. I do not have my dynamite. Whoops. Let's see. Let's see what's down here. Oh. What? Bad idea. Oh, whew. Not something that kills you. Later on, you can slide down areas like that where you're going to have to jump at the right time. Hold the B button and jump forward at the right time. Otherwise, you're doomed. Oh, cutscene. Don't touch that glowing sphere. No! Bad idea! Yeah, what did I tell you?
Foolish intruder, you shall pay for your greed. You have awoken the guardians of the temple, and they shall not rest until you are destroyed, you and your purple parrots. Green macaws.
Laura awakens sometime later. The room is now brighter. Laura sees a trail of blood and decides to follow it. Oh yeah, look at that. And there's a save file thing, but we're not going to do that. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, she does have a little bit of jiggle when she moves. I know that. I'm not going to deny that that happens. I'm also going to I'm also not going to pretend it's any kind of real issue. Yeah, Laura is a healthy girl. Some women are endowed by their creator with certain inalienable oh, there you go. Aim at that. Nope. Okay, there's something above there that she's aiming at. We'll wait for this thing to show up. Okay. She is totally up. Okay then. Up. Oh, it's that. Think we killed it? Yeah. Ba-na-na-na-na. Oh, a med pack. Okay. Oh. That's a bat. You hear them before you see them. Oh, check this out. Hold the B button and jump. And now we're going end over end. Dun 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 dun. Oh, good. I could have used this a while back. Oh, dynamite's the only thing that there's really a scarcity to. There is some better weapons and better ammo you can get later on, but your normal shooter has infinite ammo. This is infinite ammo, so why wouldn't you use it? It's like, hey guys, there's some more weapon things, but you're not going to use them ever. I don't feel like taking a little bit of damage from that, so I'm going to drop down this way. Boink. Okay then. Jumping, looking around. Oh, that stairway went away. Sorry, that sliding thing went away. Now we've got a stairway. And now I'm just kind of like forward jumping to avoid dealing with, well, I don't need to walk. Oh, that was dumb. Yes, let's just keep stepping on the scorpion. That is a great idea. And jump. But yeah, this is Tomb Raider for the Game Boy Color. It is, here's where we needed that dynamite. It is pretty much Prince of Persia, but with bigger sprites. Bigger sprites. And, oh good, I have to duck. Ah. But yeah, there's no real music that plays in this game. There's a little bit here and there, but for the most part it's sound effects and then just concentration on this. So you can pretend there's something like playing in the background. But for the most part, it is an intelligent side-scrolling title. Yep. Like I said, why would I even bother? I wonder if I can make that jump. Yep. I jumped too far. Now I'm being bitten. Whoop. If I had some dynamite, I could get that. What did I just say? And boom goes the dynamite. But yeah, there's traps in the game. There's some sections where it'll look like a good idea to go through, and you'll end up running into spike traps. There are lethal floors. There's terrible drops. Boink, boink. But yeah, the game is pretty much that. Prince of Persia. Yeah, see, look at that. I already have med packs. Since a small med pack seems to do almost as much health as a large med pack, at no point are you going to be wanting for stuff. I need to get down there. I bet there's a switch. Of course. Stick the fancy landing. There's no reason for that animation to exist. It's just there for no reason other than to look cool. They're just showing off. Also, I'm trying to remember if she has idle animations. I mean, behind her are some idle animations. Wah, wah. But yeah. The majority of the game is played like this. You might see a human opponent at some point. It's not all scorpions. You'll be killing like these people who run around with like rifles or whatnot, and they look a little bit like the dude from Uncharted. Yeah. Ah. But yes, this is pretty much the gameplay for this. It is a Prince of Persia game. Bloop. Oh yay. Let me try and show off some more areas, see if I can't like show off a little bit of nah, I'm not gonna use that yet. Ah, nice. There's that floor. But yeah, you kind of have to take it slow. Thankfully, those checkpoints are actually pretty useful and plentiful, so you never really have to worry too much. It's a game you can take your time on. It doesn't really have much of an ending, and it takes kind of a while to get to reach that ending, or rather lack thereof. I mean, long story short, she finds the crystal thing and stops an ancient evil, etc., etc. There's no epic boss battles or anything really. I think at one point there's like a snake you shoot. Yeah, mostly I'm just shooting snakes. Some guardians. Oh, there we go. I bet that thing there does, oh, yes. In order to pick stuff up, you have to stand by it and push down. That's how I pick those up. So, it's a slow and easy game. Well, not easy. It is actually kind of rough. And you will run into, oh, yeah, see, that's a trap. Not going down there. Well, let's see what's down here. Oh, this might be one where I have to jump off really quick. Oof. Yeah. Can't kill those traps. Oh, got a roll under here. Oh, this is my first special ammo. Heavy bullets. They do a little bit more damage. Like, instead of being, because some of the enemies are bullet sponges. In a way, this is kind of like Uncharted. But, instead of like killing them in 3 or 4 shots, heavy bullets will kill them in 1. So it's more or less like you can choose to keep the ammo if you want or use it. It's not you're not really penalized for that. The majority of this game is finding your way around. Like, okay. Because if you hit the select button, nothing happens with this. Hit the start button, just brings up your inventory. There is no pause screen, and there is no map. So you're going to be wandering around. It's like, did I already go through this area? I don't know if I did or not. That's where the difficulty of this game comes from. And I can appreciate that. Let me go ahead and show you a later section in it. Bing. Going past this, yeah. Let's continue. This is like the last area is the Volcanic temple. It's kind of cool. See, there's like those little faces in the rocks. It's neat. But check this out. Oh, never mind. I was gonna try and get up to there where there's a switch. But yeah, there's more things to worry about. Look. No! I just jumped right into the lava. That's what the game over thing looks like. But yeah. This is Tomb Raider on the Game Boy Color. It is, a pretty great game that unfortunately is kind of bogged down in, I guess, licensing. I have no idea who owns the rights to this game. I'm hoping it's Square, and I'm hoping that they do us a solid and put this on the Game Boy Color Virtual Console on the Nintendo 3DS, because quite frankly, yes, but that's pretty much it. That's Tomb Raider for the Game Boy Color. A lot of really talented people put a lot of effort into that. It's not a lot of music, but it makes up for it by being one of the best Prince of Persia style games. If you love things like Flashback, Prince of Persia, the Oddworld stuff, if you like those types of games, or Limbo. Limbo is a really good example of this genre. If you like Limbo, if you liked Out of This World, Flashback, Prince of Persia, this game is totally worth it. So, hopefully someday someone else will see the beauty of this game and decide to put it on the Virtual Console for the Nintendo 3DS. I'm your host, Philip Wesley, the Mile High Mouth, and I'm going to wrap up this episode of Gaming Paraphilia with, well, please bring me Tomb Raider for Game Boy Color on the 3DS Virtual Console. The first game is quite a bit better than the second one. The second one is more action-packed, but its level design is less coherent. And I think, if I remember correctly, Laura Sprite's slightly smaller in that one. But the first game, it may not look a lot like much, but it is in fact a masterpiece. It is a challenging, thoughtful game that you take at a slow pace, and with just occasional bouts of frantic action, or parts where you're going to have to jump, and some pretty difficult puzzles. Just overall, bring it back, y'all. Bring it all back to us. Tomb Raider on the Game Boy Color. That's what I'm talking about.